We're used to winning here, so it's been really weird last couple of months. We're used to winning here, so it's been really weird last couple of months, and I think maybe it's been good for us to get a I don't know how you say, reality check maybe, something like this. And to get this feeling and to get something burning inside you to keep on going. But if I should answer the question, it feels good. Of course, it's been a great last week, and we all are happy. So yeah, we keep going.
It's really interesting that you talk about giving you the hunger in your belly after the years you've had. Do you know what was going wrong through those 13 games when things just, well, you weren't winning?
I think a bit confidence. When you lose, you lose your confidence, and suddenly we started losing. And as I said, people are not used to losing here. It's a winning club. Just look at the last 10 years, so many games won and so not many games lost. So it's been a weird last couple of months, but for me it's been giving me motivation, and it's been giving me more hunger in my belly to keep going and to get better and to perform.
That's so interesting that confidence can play such a part in football. You've got a group of players there who are arguably the best team in world football. It's definitely one of the best. But then if you strip them of confidence, it can change the way you play so much.
Yeah, it can. And you can speak about we've been unlucky with injuries and everything, and we have. But again, you can't look for excuses in that. You have to look at yourself first. And I haven't been good enough. I haven't been performing well enough. I haven't been scoring the goals I should have scored and everything. And that's how it is. That's reality. And the good thing is that we have so many games, and we can go straight to the next game and to try to turn things around. That's what we're doing. And also in training, we have a hungry manager, Pep, that is hungrier than ever, and that's something that I love, and that's something that also gives me motivation to see how hungry and how motivated he is, even with everything he won and everything he's done for football and for himself the last so many years.
He said something to me a couple of weeks ago after a game, and he said, I, as in Pep, have to take responsibility for this. I've not been lifting the team properly, which was, I was surprised to hear him say it. Is that, do you respect him for sort of taking the responsibility on himself? Is that fair?
No, I don't think it's fair, because in the end it's us that perform on the pitch. He can't do anything on the pitch. So I think it's on us, because in the end we are the ones that is on the pitch trying to do our best and trying to perform, and we haven't done that, and it's me and the whole team's fault. But again, we shouldn't point at people whose fault it is. We have to look at solutions, and we have to, as I said before, find the fire in the belly, every single one of us, and to look forward and to turn things around and to, in the end, win games.
When you look at yourself, and you, as a group, I mean, have you done anything differently? Have you changed anything in the last 2 or 3 weeks?
I don't really know, to be honest. I'm trying to think, but no, I don't think so, because yeah, you asked this question if we have changed anything, but why should the team that won 4 in a row change anything? That's, in the end, think about in the big picture. You shouldn't change anything. You should keep going. And I also think big changes shouldn't happen, because you might start panicking a little bit then. That's a sign of panicking. So I think it's, in the end, it's about yourself, and to look at yourself, how you can turn things around.
Yeah, I suppose we asked the question because from the outside, we try and work out what's changed. And even when you were losing games, I remember the 4-0 against Tottenham, the first 20 minutes, that was almost vintage Manchester City. You were at them. It was really high tempo, really intense, but you didn't get the goals. And all of a sudden things go against you. And you try and from the outside, try and work out why it happens? Is that the same for players? Do you sometimes not quite know why things go like they do?
Yeah, and in the end, it's margins in football. You see some of the old clips from City with the margins, how to win the Premier League and how not to. You know, the clearance against Liverpool with John Stones, you remember, and Rodri's block and everything against Liverpool that made them win the league. You know, just these kind of small things, that is the big difference. And if I scored 1-0 against Tottenham at home, it might be completely different, but I didn't. And it's actually good you say this game, because this game I thought actually we're really good. You know, but in the end it doesn't matter anything, because we lost 4-0 at home. Manchester City losing 4-0 at home. I don't know how many years ago that happened, but I think it's many years ago, probably against Leicester or something last time. So yeah, it's small margins in football, and in the end, you have to turn these margins into positive, into your path.
Looking for small margins, I know you know Jan Argefjortoff really well. He's a good friend of mine. He said something to me just before the kind of Christmas fixtures, or in the middle of that. He said, but I'm not sure if this is your words, but he said Erling Haaland needs more crosses into the box. They've stopped doing it. Is that something that you've actively looked to do? Because obviously in the last 2 games, you've scored 2 headers from Savinho crosses.
Yeah, I love crosses, so of course I'd like to get more crosses. And it's about finding the balance and everything. But of course, what we want to do is to create as many chances as possible, to score as many goals as possible, and to keep a clean sheet. That's what everybody wants. And yeah, I would like more crosses, and I've gotten it the last couple of games. And you have to find the balance between how we play and how we keep the ball and everything. So yeah.
Is it your prerogative to be able to say to your teammates, I want more crosses, can we play this way? Or is it your job to let the team play they want to play and just take whatever chances they can create?
I think both. I think it's a fine communication between me, Pep, and all my teammates. Not even about crosses, about how we should play out, how we should defend, how we should attack. And as a striker, of course, I'm always on the attacking side to do this and that. And Ruben Diaz is always about the defensive things and the build-up, you know. So I think it's a communication between all of us, and with Pep and the staff as well. So to try to do what we can to win the game.
And do you still look around that dressing room now and see the best team in English football?
Yeah, I do. In the end, we're the same players. People been injured and everything. So you have to find your shape, and you have to find your form, I mean. But yeah, look at the players. It's still the same players, and look at everything they won. Come on, it's hats off for everyone. So yeah, it's about taking a big deep breath and to try to smile as much as possible.
Last one from me, Erling, and before we go, let's talk quickly targets. Do you have a personal target for this season? Do you have a team target? What's realistic in the second half of the year for you and for the club?
Yeah, to try to get to the Champions League. That's the target, yeah.
What, just the top 4?
We have to do as best as we can in every game, of course, but let's be realistic, yeah, that's the target. So yeah, we keep going.